Today from Bark Hut Roadhouse on the Arnhem Highway. Just picked up a little bit of lunch before I make the relatively short trip into Kakadu. It's only another probably 40-50 minutes in from here. I'm heading for the Billabongs again, either Bucket or Alligator hopefully. The tracks of the Billabongs have only just opened, and I'm anticipating that crossing, which in our last video was like ankle deep at most, might actually be challenging this time around. So it's going to be interesting. Just a couple of days, out for a couple of days on my own. And that's the way out. So see you out there. And there we are, into Kakadu. It's funny, I was talking to someone before who was saying that Kakadu is a once in a lifetime experience, and for most people it probably is, but bloody hell, I've lost count of the amount of times I've popped in here. So yeah, forget how fortunate we are living up here, you know. Righty-o. Here's the track off the Arnhem Highway. And from memory, it's about 30 odd kilometres to the Red Lily, and then another 2 to 5 kilometres to the other two Billabongs. There's the first sign things are going to be different. I've never seen water over the tracks here before. And that unfortunately means I'll be hosing the car off when I get back to Darwin. A lot more moisture in the ground this time around. Track's alright, except for a few wet muddy crossings. In fact, the track's better than normal because it's only just opened up. There's not so much corrugation, which I'm stoked about. Termite mound. Jungly sort of growth starts. And it gets quite thick around here. Here's the crossing. There's the crocodile safety sign saying don't get in this water. And usually you would walk across to see what the surface is like. You can't do it here at the moment. Simple reason that, like, we've done this crossing before, And we've sort of laughed at it, it's been laughable, but this time it might be a bit more challenging. It's pretty rocky surface from memory. Yeah, no problems. Might get rid of some of that mud as well. There's a guy behind me who'll be reassured now. Back at Bucket, Billabong. All the spots are available, so no one's here. Now I'm thinking I'll probably go to Alligator because I know where a good spot is near a creek that feeds into the Billabong. That's where we got a Barra last year. But I've camped here with a mate as well before. Just see what the state of the track's like. If there's something amazing up here, I might give it a go. Here we are at Bucket, Billabong. This is a potential campsite here. There is some water access. And there's marsh flies here, bastards. But I'm gonna go and check out Alligator because I think that's probably better. Stay tuned. Yeah, this crossing was non-existent last year. And this year not an issue. Okay, so now at Alligator Billabong, you know, not ideal. I'm driving across sort of grassland here, but it looks pretty hard. Just up ahead there is the creek where we got a Barra last year, so I'm hoping it might pay off again. Okay, that's camp set up super fast. Solar panel getting plenty of sun. And just a quick look at this joint. There's Alligator Billabong. I camped here last year. And then last year we pulled I think it was a 68 centimetre barra out of this little creek here that connects into the Billabong. So he was just shoveling around in here. So I'm hoping it produces again, and if not, it could be worse places to stay. And I'll go somewhere else tomorrow. Well, one of my favourite things in the world is to sit around a campfire. I fished pretty much the whole afternoon as soon as I'd set up camp, and I had 2 hits on the lures. I just fished with lures today and didn't manage to hold on to anything, but I know they're there. You can see them there. I've got a couple of strip baits in the water as well at the moment, so we'll see if anything comes out of that. I'm probably going to stay here for a couple of days because I think the fishing's going to be good here. Well, when I say that, for dry season in the Billabongs, this has probably got the best access I'm going to get, and it's a nice secluded spot, and I like it here. So I'll probably stay again tomorrow night and just spend the day fishing. Again, this is my favourite. One of my favourite things to do in the world, sit around the bush TV set. I'm just on my own. So a lot of people ask me, how do you do this? Like, how do you go camping on your own? Doesn't it freak you out? It doesn't really. It feels like one of the safer places to go, really, the bush these days, as long as you're prepared and organised. And I've let my wife and my family know exactly where I'm going and when I'm due to return. I've got heaps of water, heaps of food. I've got jump start kits, long range fuel tank, all that sort of stuff. So it's pretty unlikely anything would go wrong. I'm really careful with the water crossings, as you saw earlier on. So I think going out into the bush is just something that feels safe to me. It feels far safer than going out, to get a drink or go out for a meal in a crowded place in the city. You really are sort of safe out here, statistically. I'm just waiting for these fires, the coals, to die down, and then I'm going to get the hot plate over and probably cook some sausages and a burger, I reckon, for dinner. Well, just kicking back with a whiskey after dinner. I had a burger and a couple of snaggers just on the grill over the fire. And the hand line actually went for a run about 10 minutes ago. So went to bring it in, and as soon as the tension went on, it busted off. But I chucked the spotlight out, and there was like a little salty out there, probably only about a metre or just over. And I suspect that's what had taken the bait. So bit of excitement. I should have tried to film him. Still no luck. I can see them breaching the surface out there. Can't get them to hit a lure though. Barramundi I'm talking about here. This is actually breakfast. But they're definitely there, 100% sure. There's also at least 2 crocs that live here, at least. So I've just got to keep my wits about me. Not what we wanted, but at least it's a landed fish. So that's about a big fat old 40 centimetre caddy catfish. There's nothing wrong with these fish for eating, but I am going to put him back in. There's a fire over there, a couple of kilometres away. I'm not 100% sure if that's going to be a problem for me yet or not. I'll keep an eye on it. I mean, realistically, we're not really in a very flammable spot. So, worst case scenario is I drive the car right here and there's nothing to really burn, but yeah, a long way from anywhere else. Tried to get the radio on, but can't get any reception on the radio. So mid-afternoon now, it's been a really warm day for dry season, probably like mid-30s. But it's been alright because it's just been a nice breeze for most of the day. So the weather's been, it's been pretty pleasant. Particularly in the shade. As we look back towards camp, about 100 metres away from camp. And I have been monitoring the fire, which doesn't seem to be intensifying, it just seems to be the same. So one other car came down a bit earlier, so it can't be bad enough that they're stopping people from coming in. Just at this spot this morning, I went for a walk and I startled Salty. He would have been about 2.5 metres, went charging into the water. I thought I'd come back and see if I could spot them again, but whenever they know when you've got a camera, crocodiles. There's definitely quite a few here though. Second fish, and alas, it's another catfish. About the same size as the other one. And again, he can go back in. Picture perfect sunset here at Alligator Billabong. The colours really turn it on at this time of night. Okay, this is a real more beer than Barra first if I manage to do it. I've got a small Barra on the line. I've never managed to actually film myself catch one because Emma never films and she's not here anyway. So, see if we can get him into the surface. This is not how you land a fish, by the way. Good way to lose it. I probably will lose it, but in the interest of sorry, this is terrible filming. There he is. It's just a catfish. Sorry to get you excited for nothing. I thought it was a Barra. That's a big catfish. He's huge. He's about 60 centimetres, 55, 60. I need to get away from the water. Yeah. Now I know it's only a caddy, but there's the welding glove for size comparison. So he's about 50 centimetres. Fat though. And again, he can go back in. I don't feel like eating catfish tonight. I love the top end. Well, I filmed myself catching the catfish. I didn't film myself about 5 minutes later pulling this. So it's the Barra. It's the first Barra of the camping trip, and it is, what's that? .56 on the dot. So that's just legal by a centimetre, just if you don't believe me. And yeah, that will be dinner tonight because I'm sick of sausages and hamburgers. Beautiful. There we go. Alligator Billabong Barra, 56 centimetres. I find it harder in the territory than I do in the Kimberley catching Barra. Maybe they get more fishing here. Also, you're not allowed to use bait here, you have to use lures. So I'm always pretty pleased when I pick one up in the NT. And yeah, 56 centimetres, just legal. That's my dinner for tonight. Awesome. I don't mean to brag, but how good does that look? Perfectly cooked. Time for a Barra burger. You beauty. Well, after an epic Barra burger, absolutely delicious. You can't beat fresh barramundi. Just chilling with a whiskey around the campfire. Actually today, I've been on my own for most of the time I've been here, but today right on dusk, some people turned up about 100 metres away. You can see their camp there. And I was doing a bit of fishing sort of in between where they are and my camp, and when they rocked up I thought, oh, I better move away from them, so I concentrated all my efforts on the creek that I'm camped next to, and they ended up doing me a massive favour there, because yeah, basically it's been fish after fish after fish. Granted, only one barramundi. Everything else was pretty much a massive catfish, and I lost a couple, which I don't know what they were, but yeah, it's always good to get a Barra. And yeah, half for dinner tonight, and I'm going to have half for brekkie in the morning. And perfect size really, because it's just me. Anything bigger than that would have been a shame. So a good end to the fishing. Obviously I'll have a coffee and brekkie in the morning and pack up and head back to Darwin to get a bit more mechanical work done. The rest of the night sitting around the bush television. These are stars, believe it or not. Milky Way. one last catfish to round the trip off. So I think it was like 6 catfish and 1 barramundi. But anyway, let's get this fella back in the water and get going. So just breaking camp at about 9 o'clock. I spoke to those guys next to me, who were camped next to me, and they had lost a Barra last night. But they said it was pretty slow going, and that's reality in dry season, unfortunately. But particularly in the top end, they really do go off the bite here. Like I don't know, I could be talking complete crap, but we still seem to get a few in the Kimberley and like in the middle of the dry, whereas here it goes really quiet. But it's an epic spot. There are heaps of barramundi here because you can actually see them jumping around. And it's probably my favourite of all the Billabongs in the top end. Crossing that wasn't in years before. This was usually just a dry creek bed every other time we've been here. This time, a proper crossing in earnest. Standard crossing. Bastard. I actually prefer the other river crossings to this one because this is mud and sludge. Far out, I hate mud. I know some people love it. Oh, I hate it. It's because I know that all that splatter I'll be cleaning off the back of the bottom of my car later on in a few hours when I get back to D-Town. You can hear it all getting flicked around the underside of the car. Anyway, enough whinging. Small price to pay for an awesome place to come, and that's the last real obstacle. Now it's just the last sort of 15-20 k's of this dirt track back to the Arnhem Highway. Oh, another car coming. track. And there is the bitumen again. The Arnhem Highway. The blacktop. Back in Darwin now after an awesome couple of nights at the Billabong. Well, I thought I'd do my recap from somewhere else I spend a hell of a lot of time in, apart from the bush. That's the pub. I've also managed to get all the mud washed off from underneath my car, so thank God for Ezra's car washing Palmerston. Cheers, guys. Just wanted to quickly recap why I think Alligator in particular, and also Red Lily and Bucket, are fantastic places to spend a couple of nights. For me, I love being by the fresh water. I think it's a privilege to be able to spend time next to fresh water that has so much life in it. You know, big barramundi, big catfish, big crocodiles that you have to be careful for, and just so much life and vegetation. And fishing aside, the fishing's always tough in dry season. A really wonderful place to spend a lot of time next to a billabong. So that's why I keep going back there, and it's very difficult to get there sort of any other time than peak dry season, because as you can see, the billabongs are on floodplains, and you're not necessarily going to get out there until a long time after the wet season is finished. So it only just opened up, these billabongs, last week. Well, I didn't think I was going to be able to get out there this trip, and then I just happened to jump online and see that it had opened 2 days before. So yeah, very fortunate. Love getting out there. If you are into fishing and you're into wildlife and animals and you want to get away from crowds, I can't recommend the Billabongs enough. I'd also encourage you to have a look at 2 mile and 4 mile, but that's another story and probably another video. So I'm here for another couple of days in Darwin, and in that time you'll probably either find me here or at Bunnings. And I've got 1 week left in the territory, so I'm hoping to sneak in 1 or 2 trips towards the coast, either Gunporn or Dundee. So keep a lookout for them. I'm sure I'll knock something together to look at.